And we're live. It's Monday, the 24th of June. Good morning. So, what do I say? What do I say? Uber drivers. Uber drivers. Uber drivers are governed by their wonderful 5-star rating system. That's about it. They have to take a rudimentary exam, of which they have to know 5 motorways out of London and maybe pass maybe some kind of driving test along with a little bit of a theory. Maybe. That's about it, really. So it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder who is in charge of the driving standards of Uber. You know, you can't just put it on the driver and say, well, the driver's in charge of his own driving standards, because if he doesn't do a good job, he's not going to get a 5-star rating. If he doesn't get a 5-star rating, then there's a good chance that people won't want to get in his cab in the first place, and the blah, 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 blah. So, no, basically, I now have a personal vendetta against not just Uber, but minicab drivers in general. Because there are so many of them in London that I'm pretty sure majority of the congestion and pollution, regardless of what type of vehicle they're driving, is caused by them. Okay? Their driving standards are so bad. I'm telling you, their driving standards are so bad that I actually wonder whether or not they have a driving license or not. Yesterday, for example, I was trying to pull away from the first bus stop at Piccadilly Circus heading towards Oxford Circus. I had put my indicators on after checking my mirrors, and I was indicating, you know, I'm too early, excuse me. I put my indicators on after I've indicated my mirrors, and I was waiting patiently. Mercedes goes past me, you know, and this Prius driver, this Uber driver, I'm assuming is an Uber driver, he slowed down enough for me to take notice. Okay, so I've edged out a tiny little bit, okay, and then he's put his foot down again. So I thought, okay, I'll wait there, it's not a problem. He wants to go, let him be an idiot. You know, I've got a 13-ish ton bus to drive. I'm not taking chances, you know. Keep it safe and simple. Kiss ass. So, come to a set of traffic lights, and there's a taxi in front of him. I've got the bus lane. The taxi wants to turn right, and of course, because the Uber driver is an Uber driver, thought it would be fun to try and jink his Prius in front of me and cut me up as I'm in the bus lane. So I've noticed him try and do this, and I've stopped the bus. I've slowed the bus down, and I've the bus with a Rizzler between myself and him. Okay? Bearing in mind, he tried to drink in front of me with no warning whatsoever. I see these things happening. You know, it's almost like a pre-warning system. It's a DDS. It's a dickhead detection system. It's called my eyes. So I see these things happening long before they happen. That's why I prepare myself to slow down and stop. So there's literally a Rizzler between us. We haven't come into contact. You know, so I've waited for the taxi to move. I've then waited for this Uber driver to move, because I'm not going anywhere, because if I go another half an inch forward, I'm going to hit him. So I've let him go, you know, clear the scene, because, you know, that's the best way to get around this sort of situation. And as he drives past me, gives it all of that out the window, out the top of the car as well. But the language that I heard, this, you bloody bastard, you stupid bloody bus driver, you only drive a bus, you stupid bloody wanker. Really? That's nice. But the kicker, here's the kicker, all right? Not only did he do that, he also, as he drove past me, out of the passenger window, decided to suck his finger, as if he's trying to tell me to suck his penis. No, dear boy, no, that's not going to happen in a month of Sundays. Never. Okay, so I've got to the bus stop, and I've got out and I've asked him, what was that about? Just, what was that about, really? Why did you do that? There's no need for that, is there? So at this point, he's sitting in traffic, my bus next to him, and I've taken my phone out and I've just snapped a couple of pictures of the number plate and him. And at that same time, he's rolling forward while holding his phone, which tells me that he's then breaking the law. Is he not? He's then breaking the law, holding a mobile phone while in control of a vehicle. And the thing is, no one, as far as I'm aware, governs the driving standards or regulates the driving standards or safety of Uber drivers. Even black cab drivers, to be fair, I have no idea how their driver training is managed. Give me one sec, this is going to be really unprofessional. My lens is quite dirty. Do I have any tish? I do. Aha. Rotate device, there we go. You see, for bus drivers, everything we do is scrutinised. Everything. We sneeze, people pick up on that. You see, always have to have, at all times, 2 hands on the wheel, as we should do, because it's an automatic vehicle. It's the rate at which we pull away from a bus stop, the rate at which we decelerate approaching a bus stop. It's, taking our feet off of the gas in good time, approaching a set of traffic lights so that we're prepared for the lights to change, you see, so that we don't get caught off guard by a sudden change of amber to red. It's driving the bus like you've got your nan on the bus trying to sip a cup of tea. The idea is there, and I'm not saying that all bus drivers are perfect, don't get me wrong, not by a long shot, you see, but it does get to a point where it's like, really, if bus drivers were to do half the crap that Uber drivers do, there'd be no bus drivers. And yet there are over 100 and something thousand Uber drivers in London alone. And people wonder why there's traffic. It's ridiculous. The attitude they have, is one going past in his Prius, the attitudes that they have is absolutely shocking. There's no level of professionalism there, ever. I can't remember the last time I actually got a minicab. I just can't bring myself to actually get in one. I don't trust them. Maybe it's just me. Maybe as a customer, you've had an absolutely wonderful experience with minicabs and Uber drivers, and you may think the sun shines out of their backside. And if you do, please let me know why. If you're like me and you cannot stand minicabs anymore, again, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching this video this morning. If it's your first time, please drop a like, drop a subscribe, share one video and all that good stuff. Have a wonderful